Hello guys, and welcome back to another Tweakerman video. In this video we're going to be showing how we're doing some work on CDs to try to improve the sound quality of them. I mean, just like LPs, some CDs sound worse than others. Basically I've got 3 CDs here that don't sound as good, so I'm trying to do some treatments on them. What we're doing is we're freezing them down to minus temperatures to try to improve the sound quality of them, just like deep cryogenically treating them, but obviously we can't freeze them down as low as minus 190. So basically we've been working on them, and this freezer, it goes down to minus 25. So at the moment we've got the temperature on it set to minus 18, so we've ranked them down. I mean, I've had these in here for quite a while now, so we're going to unlock that, and then we've got a mode here that we press. There we go, and we've dropped it now to minus 25 Celsius. Right, okay, so that's that. So we're going to leave this now for a while again to let the temperature drop even lower, and we'll be back in a second. Right, now we're back now. We've left it to drop for over an hour now. So obviously minus 25 is not that cold still. So basically, in able to aid it and speed the process up, we're using this stuff, which is a freeze spray. I've nearly run out of this now because I've been doing this for a while now on these CDs. So basically this drops to minus 50. So what we're going to be doing is opening up the freezer, and we're going to bring the CDs out so far. We're going to shake the can, and then we're going to give them a blast of spray here. Good old spray there. All 3 of them. Okay, and what this does is this is going to freeze them down to minus 50, which is a hell of a lot colder than the minus 25, but obviously still nowhere near the temperatures, the minus temperatures that you would do deep cryogenic treatment on. But I've heard some people say about doing this, and most of them only go down to sort of like minus 20, a lot of freezers, and they don't really use the aids of a freeze spray. So that's what we're doing, and what we're going to be doing is once we've frozen these down, we're going to leave them now for a couple of hours again, and then we're going to be putting them into the fridge and let them thaw out in there. And once they're thawed out, we're going to take them out, and then we're going to clean them as well at the same time, because the problem with CDs is they still suffer from static, like a vinyl record does. That suffers from static as well, and then we have to clean them as well to make sure, well, wet cleaning is the best way to get rid of static, so we're going to be doing the same on these. So then afterwards we're going to give our impressions on whether the sound quality is increased or whether this is just snake oil like some people say. I will be giving you the truth. I'll only be saying what I actually hear myself. So we'll be back soon, and we'll be popping them into the fridge. Right, okay, they've been in there for another couple of hours now, so we're going to be taking them out of here, and then we're going to be popping them into the fridge for a bit. Okay, there's our CDs there. We've just got them on a bit of cardboard with some kitchen towel on the underneath of them, so nothing gets scratched. Okay, you can see where they've started to thaw out a bit on there, so we're going to pop them in there. So we're going to be back in another couple of hours. We're going to take them out there and let them naturally thaw out in the kitchen. Right, okay, now we've taken these out. They've been thawing in the kitchen for a while. We've brought them into the AV room here, and now we're going to be doing some cleaning on them. So we're going to be cleaning both sides of them, because static builds up on CDs, as I said, just like on LPs. And often they have moulding agent on them as well. I don't know whether you know that when you buy a CD from new, often they have moulding agent on the underneath of them. So you really need to give them a clean, well, both sides really. So we're going to be showing you how to do that next. Right, okay then, this is our, we're using the same product as we use for cleaning our LPs. Same mix and that. It's basically environmental friendly washing up liquid, diluted in distilled water, and basically I don't like using alcohol. I think alcohol tends to, especially on LPs, it tends to give more of a background noise to it, even after washing it with distilled water. Always after cleaning CDs, and LPs, you need to clean them again with distilled water to make sure there's none of this product left on the surface of it. So basically, we're using some kitchen towel here, and we're going to pick up this this CD here. And this has been sitting there for a while, you see. And as I say, I guarantee there's moulding agent on these as well. So basically, you want to work from the outside, from the inside out. Sorry, and just go round like that. Keep your finger in the middle. Probably it's very difficult to try not to touch these. Okay, so we're going to do that side, and then we're going to dry it off again. Just with another piece of kitchen towel. The reason I like using kitchen towel is it doesn't let any fibres off. Always work from the inside out. Just dry it off like so. Okay, so that's one side done. So now what we want to do is do exactly the same thing to the other side. Now you could use a different piece of kitchen towel each time, because your kitchen towel may get contaminated with moulding agent. So all you're doing is doing exactly the same thing. And what this is doing is this is acting like a cleaner, but it's cleaning them to take any static off the surface. Right, okay, turn that over like that. And we'll do the same again. Then we'll dry it off with another piece there, like so. Right, okay, that's one done. So we'll be back once we finish the other two, sorry. Right, okay, we're just coming to the end of the third disc now. Clean that off, and then we're going to have to wash them. So this is a two-stage cleaning process. We're going to be washing this now with distilled water on its own. Just finish the back of this one. I mean, there are some treatments you can buy for CDs. They're highly expensive, and I'm not sure whether they would be snake oil or not, because I have my doubts about some of this stuff that's really expensive. But it's amazing what you can make up yourself and do yourself. It's only about a matter of experimenting. I'm constantly experimenting the whole time. I mean, I basically eat, drink and sleep audio. It's a terrible affair, but that's what I do. Right, okay, so now we've done that now. So what we need to do now is we need to get another piece of kitchen roll now. Let's get rid of this cleaning product now. Right, so now I've got some distilled water in here. This is the distilled water here. Proper distilled water, not deionised water. Deionised water is what you use for topping up batteries. Your battery in your car and things like that. So there we go. So we're going to use the distilled water again now. Just lift our CD up again. Let's give it a wash over with that. It will just take any of that cleaning fluid off. It's only like diluted washing up liquid mix, but it kills grease. So now we need another piece of our kitchen roll just to dry that off a second time. There we go. Nice and clean. No scratches on these. I mean, these were brand new a couple of years ago, and I never touched CDs really, the surface of them. So that's that side done. And we'll just do the same to the other side here. Work from the inside out. Right, that's that one done. So we'll just finish the other two, and then we'll be back in a second. Right, okay, now we've finished our process. So there's our CDs totally cleaned as well. So basically, we'll just recap. We've basically frozen these in the freezer. We started off freezing them down to -18. Then we went down to -25. That was what the freezer can go down to. And then we've aided it further by using a freeze spray, taking them down to -50. As I said before, this is not as deep as deep cryogenic treatment, but we're going to give it a go, and we're going to have a bit of a listening test to you. And then we're going to come back and give you our opinions. I'm not going to lie to you about it. I mean, I've got nothing to gain from you know, telling lies about how these are really magic after I've done them and that, because, you know, I've got nothing to gain from this. I'm only doing this to try to improve stuff for myself, and with my knowledge that I've gathered over years, I'd like to just share it with everybody, because, you know, there's a lot of rip-offs out there, and a lot of stuff you can do yourself, and it's fairly simple. So we'll be back a couple of days. We're going to do some listening tests, and we'll come back to you and let you know our thoughts on them. So I'll be back shortly. Guys, and welcome back. We've been listening to these two CDs for a while. Basically, this is the Best of Madeleine Peyroux. Now, this album just didn't sound right to me. It was very dull sounding. Basically, that's why I wanted to try something with it. Now, this one was very good sounding from the beginning, right? So I thought, I wonder whether I could improve that, because this is just the Best of Glenn Frey. Now, basically, I can report this actually has improved. It's like something's been lifted from it. The soundstage is a lot a lot wider, and the notes are clearer and more precise to me. Definitely, and I'm not just making this up. It definitely has improved that one. Now, with this one, I feel it's done nothing to it at all. Now, basically, this could be down to a few things. It may not have nothing to do with freezing these down. It may be just to do with cleaning them. Now, you could say to me, why didn't I freeze them and then play them? But then I've got all that chemical on the surface of the freeze spray that I've been using. So I can't really do that. So all I can do is freeze them, then clean them, and then play them, and then tell you my thoughts on them. Now, if this is the case, I mean, I could have just cleaned this and tried it. But then it's very difficult to try something and then, yeah. So basically, I think that it's definitely done something to it. But I'm not sure. It's something you could experiment with yourself. I mean, you can get these professionally deep cryogenically treated by a company called Frozen Solid. They do them. They're about £1.50 each. So they're relatively cheap. But if you could get a device where you rack loads of them in there, if you make a device up and then put them in your freezer, and you could deep freeze them. You might find a freezer that goes deeper than -25. I doubt you will. That one I found, I had an old one before that I could only get down to -22. I mean, every little degree below does make a difference. Now, I know that deep cryogenic treatment goes down to -190, and then it actually can go down to -320. Now that is a big, and what that's meant to do is improve the grain size of the metal. So basically, if you've got a copper cable or a silver cable, when it's made, if it's not casted, okay, what happens is it gets stretched and the molecules inside it break up. So as the music goes through it, it's having to hop from one to the other, opposed to it being a nice smooth stream, you see. And what cryogenics does is it tries to stretch those grains so it makes them closer than being too far apart. So basically, that's what that does. Now, we've been trying this. We've got this down to -50. That's the lowest we could go with them. But something's definitely happened to this CD, but nothing's happened to that one. So you can make your mind up on that. But have a go yourself and see how you get on. You'll probably have to Google the freeze spray. You may be able to get it off eBay. I'm sure you can. It's basically used for working out components on a circuit board which are overheating. So basically, they spray certain parts on them, they test them, and if it's not overheating then, because it's obviously frozen lower, as it thaws out, it will overheat, and they can work out what component's faulty. So basically, that's that product. And then, as you know, if you just check out my Ultimate Record Cleaning Fluid, you can use the same product on these as those. So, okay, that's all I've got to say on that today. So, thank you for watching another Tweakerman video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to give this video a like. Even if you believe this could be snake oil, when I don't think it is. There's definitely something happened here. But what it is, I can't tell you specifically whether it's a cryogenic treatment or it's just cleaning of it. Anyway, thanks for watching.